First of all, my condolences to his family, and I pray to God that God gives them the power to handle all this. I'm in shock, Nabila, and I still cannot believe that I'm talking to you about Puneeth sir not being here. So I'm in shock. For me, he has been an inspiration, not just on screen, off screen as well, because he was a person who did so much for people and nobody knew about it. Not the media, not the actors, and nobody knew about it. And once, I was in a village and, doing some small social work, and the people come and tell me he's built houses for us, he's built rivers for us, he's done everything for us. I was shocked and I didn't know about it. And also, the first time, my fond memory of meeting Puneeth sir is that, the first time when my first movie was about to release, I went to his house asking him to, release one of the trailers of the cinema. We were supposed to see him at 11:15 and we were inside the house. He came at 11:22, okay? He comes into the room saying, sorry, late aito. And I'm like, this is Puneeth Rajkumar coming in saying sorry to us, sits with us. We show him the teaser, says, I want to see more rushes, watches all the rushes. It's almost like, 12:15 by then, says, why don't you guys have lunch and go? And me and my directors, we were like, okay. And he says, no, you have to have lunch and go. That's the tradition of the Rajkumar family. And he made us, have such wonderful food, sent us back from there. And from then on, I tried to follow him with his performances, with his dance, and especially, more importantly, off the screen. Like, trying to be there for people, trying to help people as much, and, trying to do stuff without anybody knowing about it. And one thing I've observed about Puneeth sir is that, he's loved by everybody. We say that, stars are loved by everybody, but he's loved by everybody in the industry. He's loved by people outside, like in grandmothers, mothers, children, old people, youngsters, everybody.
Yeah.
And
he managed to appeal to all age groups, and that was what was fascinating about him.
Yes, and I was watching some visuals on India Today, and I see a grandma sitting and crying, a grandma in the queue of lakhs of people who are walking into that, just to have a glimpse of Mr. Puneeth Rajkumar. A grandma is in between struggling to go there and, have a glimpse. We don't see that with all the actors. We see that, youngsters are coming out whistling, screaming and doing all such stuff. But when a grandma can come, when a grandma of, his grandmother's age comes out all the way from a different village.
I totally agree with you. You have, in my own household, Bhuvan, I have people of all generations very, very fond of Puneeth Rajkumar. In fact, Puneeth knew me very well. I had a great equation with Puneeth. He knew my mum so well. He had such a fondness for my mother. Always would ask me, how's my mother doing? Would always ask me how I'm doing. When I moved to Delhi, he wished me all the best, saying, Nammudgi allogidale, tumba olledagli. The kind of motivation that he gave me as a journalist. I can only imagine how he's touched several other lives. I'm sure that there's every single person who has at least a single tale to tell about Puneeth Rajkumar. I'm going to quickly cut across to Sumalata, who's of course going to tell us a little about the equations that she's had with the family. Furthermore, more importantly, the kind of bond that Shivraj Kumar, Puneeth Rajkumar's brother, had with Puneeth, because we understand that both of them were the closest. More than brothers, they were the best of friends. Both of them are superstars, huge actors in the Kannada film industry. And like Bhuvan rightly said, Puneeth, Shivraj Kumar, Shivanna as they call him, did not have any animosity with possibly any actor in the industry, even though there was a lot of talk about a Sudeep camp, a Puneeth camp, a Yash camp, all sorts of speculation that fans make up. But when Puneeth would meet any actor, he would give them such a warm welcome, all that is forgotten, or rather it looked like there was nothing at all. It was just rumors. Puneeth would prove every critique wrong. He was so humble, such a fabulous soul that we've lost, and that's why I want to remember him in all the goodness of him that we have today. Let me quickly cut across before I go to Ms. Sumalata, to Pratibha there, who are hordes of fans who are waiting right outside to wanting to sing a song of Puneeth Rajkumar. Let's give them a chance today.
Right, okay. There are so many people who have been raising slogans in hailing Puneeth Rajkumar, and let me see if I can actually get a fan to sing a song maybe of Puneeth Rajkumar. Yadavadondu the hard or
dialogue ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
Okay, dialogue it is.
ಪಟಾಕಿ ಯಾರ್ದಾದ್ರೆ ಅಚ್ಚವ್ರು ನಾವು ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು.
ಪಟಾಕಿ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಹಚ್ಚು ನಾವಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಯು ಸರ್? ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಪುನೀತ್ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಲೈಕ್?
ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ. ಅವರು ಫಿಲಮ್ ಹೀರೋ ಅನ್ನೋದಲ್ಲದೆ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕವಾಗಿ ಬಡವರು, ಕಣ್ಣಿಲ್ದೇ ಇರೋರು, ಇಂಥವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮಂಥ ಯುವಕರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ.
Been an inspiration for everyone, an inspiration for all newcomers, not just in the industry, but an inspiration for every youngster standing here. So, ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಹಾಡು ಪುನೀತ್ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು?
ಪುನೀತ್ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಸಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಾಂಗ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಸೂಪರ್ ಹಿಟ್ಟೆ, ಬಟ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಾಡಿದ ಹಾಡುಗಳು ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಡೆಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಚಿಕ್ಕವರಿದ್ದಾಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ. ಅದು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂತಾನೆ ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ದು ನಾವು. ಬಾನದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಜಾರಿ ಹೋದ, ಚಂದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದ, ಮಿನುಗುತ್ತಾರೆ ಎಂದ, ನೋಡು ಎಂತ ಚಂದ, ರಾತ್ರಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಮಲಗು ನನ್ನ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಕಂದ, ನನ್ನ ಪುಟ್ಟ.
Thank you. So that was a Puneeth Rajkumar song, all of them remembering him fondly, a very poignant moment today.